guys, I'm Sandy McAlpine. I'm a licensed North Carolina and South Carolina realtor. I am in Charlotte, Lake Norman, and Myrtle Beach. I also sell polys. So if you're interested in buying property here or selling, let me know. So today I want to talk about a touchy subject. It's are HOAs ruining the market? I did watch a video from a Florida agent. His name is Michael Bordenaro. He's in South Florida. That's where I'm originally from. And he gave some really good tips on HOAs, pros and cons, and a little bit of data from the past. He talked about how there were only about 10,000 HOAs in 2011 in the country. And now in 2023, 85% of homes are in an HOA. So what is an HOA? An HOA is basically a government for a community that collects fees and basically they cover the rules. They enforce the rules of a neighborhood. And the rules are generally recorded at the Register of Deeds office. And, if you like rules and you want your neighborhood's cookie cutter to look the same and you want everyone's house to look pretty and you want the rules enforced, like no livestock, no parking crap in the front of your home, construction rules, like all of that. If you like that, then you would like an HOA. But there are some people that don't like it. And where Michael is from in Florida, Florida, I think, has the most HOAs of any state in the USA. So it's overriding the state. It's almost like you can't buy a house without an HOA. There are homes not in an HOA. And if you want one, please reach out because I find them all the time for clients who are anti-HOA. And there's reasons for that. The pros of an HOA are basically they keep up the common area maintenance. Like that could be a clubhouse, a pool, a hot tub. They have, they're gated, they key fobs, like security, activities for the neighborhood. There's all these things like a guard shack that some of the neighborhoods can have. The more amenities you have in a neighborhood, the higher the HOAs. The less amenities you have in a neighborhood, usually the less HOA fees. Not always, because sometimes these mega neighborhoods have so many homes that it actually drives the cost down of those amenities. But if you're in like a coastal town like Myrtle Beach, you'll notice that the HOAs, at least right now, are really high. And why might that be is because we just had a hurricane. The insurance premiums doubled on most of these condo buildings and some of the homes within a few miles of the beach. And the insurance on the HOA themselves has doubled. Also, like elevators and lazy rivers and pools and things where they have to have huge insurance policies for people, for the liability of these things. And also on-site restaurants and all of those things. It costs so much money. So the dues are really high. So a 2-bedroom condo at the beach might have like $1,400 a month dues. It is more than someone's car payment or mortgage payment at times. So you have to watch out. You have to be careful. And also, sometimes these neighborhoods are government mandated. Like the town doesn't have any money for any more roads, stormwater maintenance, street lights, sidewalks, all of these things, postal services. So they make the developer pay all these fees, make the HOA pay to take over all of those items in order to build development. So automatically your HOA dues are high. And then at any time they want to, the board can find an assessment to everyone, like to cover losses. Or if something bad happens, let's say the pool cracks or whatever, and they have to fix it, and it's an extra $100,000 that the reserves doesn't have. So, thinking about these things, you really want to know the financial stability of an HOA. You want to find out these documents. You can get these documents before you buy. A listing agent, a good one, should have all these documents on hand from the seller to show the financial stability of an HOA. And also, some lenders won't lend if a condo development is not insured, and they wouldn't be insured if the HOA is not financially stable. If they don't have enough money in reserves because they've been run poorly. And remember, board members are usually neighbors. They're not always tax accountants, financial planners, bankers. So a lot of times your own board members, the homeowners, are spending the money of the HOA unwisely and doing things and making decisions for the community on your behalf that don't make sense. And sometimes they don't even collect enough and the HOA is in the red. And so when this happens, it's really bad because lenders will not make loans on properties in those HOAs. So it's important to know all of this and find out this kind of stuff through a really good real estate agent. But another thing that Michael said on the video that I really liked was that, you know, you don't have to live in an HOA. If you like rules, that's amazing, but you can buy property outside the HOA and you can park whatever you want in your driveway. You don't have a bunch of insane rules, but let's just say you want to, and you buy like something like a townhome. Typically the HOAs are like half of a condo in a townhome. Sometimes they have less amenities, and, it's really nice because you typically don't have to take care of the yard and the exterior of your building. Even in a townhome or a condo, you can just lock up for a couple months and leave. And so those are the nice things about having an HOA. Like, you have activities you can go to, they have like monthly events. There's like all these things that are nice about a community, and also the gated aspect, right? Like, you have a little bit of security feeling, or a feeling of security. So, just knowing the pros and cons here, and knowing that, if a hurricane comes, your HOAs might double, might triple, or they might double and triple anyway because of poor management before you bought. And it might come in the next year or two. You just don't know unless you do your research ahead of time. So if you have questions about HOAs, or what the dues cover, or the financial stability, or the bylaws of an association, just reach out to me anytime. I cover Charlotte, Lake Norman, and Myrtle Beach, and Polly's too.